Acroasis V, caput secundum, pages 12 through 14 in Wheelock's Latin, on cases. Recognitio, de partibus orationis. Partes orationis, the parts of speech. You know these already. We have nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Today we're going to talk about a property of nouns. Now, a noun, as you may remember, is a name for something, and the word noun comes from the Latin word nomen, meaning name, and is a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. There are common nouns, such as teacher, and there are proper nouns, which name specific examples, such as Miss Hatmaker. Miss Hatmaker is a teacher. Omne nomen habet, every noun has gender, whether masculine, feminine, or neuter. It has number, whether it's singular or plural, and it has case. Now, case is something that we have to think about. What does case do? Case is going to show us the relationship that a noun has with the other nouns and with the verb and the other parts of speech in a sentence. But this is more easily seen in example than explained, so let's look at some. So let's talk about case in English. Latin is a very highly inflected language. English, not as much, but it still makes some changes, and so we're going to look at that. English really has three identifiable cases. We have what's called the subject case, which is going to correspond to Latin's nominative case. So thee or a frog, and that's when we have the subject of a sentence or the predicate nominative.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Then we have the possessive case, which will correspond to Latin's genitive case, and that shows possession, the frogs, or of the frog. And then we have the objective case, when a noun is not showing possession, when it is not the subject or predicate nominative. This is the case that we use, and this includes many prepositional phrases: to, for, by, with, in, on, thee or a frog. Now, you may think to yourself, frog doesn't change very much, and in fact the only change we see to that word itself is in the genitive case or the possessive case when we add an apostrophe s. But when we look at the pronouns in English, the personal pronouns as well as the relative pronouns, we do see that there is a significant change in the endings. So let's go ahead and look at our pronouns in English. So we see he, she, it, or who for our nominative case, for our subject case. For our genitive case, however, we see his, hers, its, and whose. And for our object case, or our objective case, we see him, her, it, and whom. So by comparison, let's talk about case in Latin. Now, I'm going to show you a first declension noun declined in the singular. You don't have to memorize that for tonight's homework, but we will be working on these endings very soon, so you'll see them again in the very near future. So first, let's talk about Latin's cases. Latin has the nominative and the genitive, the subject and the possessive case, but it also has a wide range of object cases. So instead of just seeing one catch-all object case, we're going to see the dative, the accusative, the ablative, and then we have a special case which is used only for direct address, the vocative. And so we're going to look at the examples of that with the Latin noun rana, meaning frog. So we have rana, the or a frog. Remember that Latin doesn't have articles. Ranae, meaning the frogs. It can also be translated of the frog. Ranae, to or for the frog. Ranam, simply the or a frog. Rana, by, with, on, in, without the frog. And then rana, meaning oh frog. You're calling on the frog, you're trying to get the frog's attention. So, taking this example of the frog, we're going to look at some English sentences that show the uses of these various cases. So our cases again are nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative, and vocative. So for the nominative is used to show the subject of the verb. So the frog sees me. The frog is doing the action, the verb is changed to fit the frog. You know that I'm not the one doing the seeing, otherwise I'd say I see the frog, but it's the frog sees me. Then we have the genitive. Remember, the genitive is used to show possession. So the frog's skin is clear. And you see in this picture that the frog is not completely clear. You can't see all the way through the frog, but the frog's skin is clear. You can see the inner parts of the frog. So we're talking about, we're not saying the frog is clear, but the frog's skin is clear, so the skin belongs to the frog. The skin of the frog is clear. Now in this sense, the tadpole sings to the frog. The tadpole sings to the frog. The tadpole is the one doing the singing. Now we don't know what the tadpole is singing, probably a song. So to the frog is showing us the party who is receiving the benefit of that action. Not the direct recipient of the action of the verb, but the beneficiary of the action. And so we see here Robin singing to Kermit, and so Robin's doing the singing, he's singing a song, and it's to the frog, it's to Kermit. The singer wears the frog. It's a little violent. The singer wears the frog. The singer is actually wearing the frog, as we see here, Lady Gaga wearing Kermit, but this might be a little bit too violent for you, so we're going to do something a little bit nicer. The singer kisses the frog. The singer kisses the frog. I think we can handle that a little bit better. In both sentences we see that the singer is the subject and frog is directly receiving the action, either being worn or being kissed. We like the second one better, and so does Kermit. For the ablative is going to help anchor the noun to the verb. It really is going to function like an adverb case. It'll show how that noun is relating to the action or state of the verb. And for that reason, it will most often be transited with a preposition. Furthermore, many prepositions in Latin will take the ablative case, and the one that means on in Latin is no different. So the cowboy hat is on the frog. And then the last one, hey frog, what's up? Frog is simply the party whom I'm addressing, and so we use the vocative case. Well, that's all that we have for this lecture. I'm going to post on the screen the web address for your Google Docs so you can do your homework. Please do not forget to fill out your homework. It doesn't take too long. Just show us that you've done your reading. And I will see you tomorrow, or Miss Hatmaker will see you tomorrow. Valete omnes.